There was once a young traveler who arrived at our monastery carrying many achievements. He spoke confidently about his education, his success, and the recognition he had earned throughout his life. As we sat together beneath an old banyan tree, he shared story after story of his accomplishments. Yet as he spoke, I noticed something curious. Although he had achieved much, his heart seemed restless. There was tension behind his smile and loneliness behind his confidence. When he finally finished speaking, he asked me, "Master, why do I still feel disconnected from people despite everything I have achieved?" Instead of answering immediately, I invited him to walk with me through the village the next morning. As the sun began to rise, we walked quietly along the narrow roads. We greeted farmers preparing their fields, shopkeepers opening their doors, and elderly villagers sitting outside their homes. To each person, I offered the same respect. I bowed gently to the farmer. I smiled warmly at the shopkeeper. I listened carefully to the elderly woman who wished to share a simple story. The young traveler observed silently. After some time, he finally asked, "Master, why do you treat everyone the same way? Surely some people are more important than others." I smiled and pointed toward the sky. "The rain does not choose where to fall." The traveler looked confused. "The rain nourishes every tree, every flower, and every blade of grass without asking which one is greater." As we continued walking, I explained that true humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is understanding that every person carries struggles you cannot see, dreams you do not know, and lessons you have yet to learn. When I was a young monk, I once believed wisdom belonged only to great teachers and scholars. Then one day, I met an elderly gardener who spent his life caring for flowers near the monastery. His hands were rough from years of work, and his clothes were simple. Many people passed by him without noticing. One afternoon, I asked him how he remained so peaceful despite living such an ordinary life. He smiled and said something I have never forgotten. "The flower that blooms beautifully never boasts about its beauty." At first, his words seemed simple, but over time, I understood their depth. The strongest mountains do not announce their strength. The deepest rivers do not advertise their depth. And the kindest people rarely remind others of their kindness. Humility gives us the freedom to keep learning. The moment we believe we know everything, growth begins to stop. The moment we think we are above others, we lose the opportunity to understand them. Every person you meet can teach you something. The child can teach curiosity. The worker can teach dedication. The elderly can teach patience. Even those who disagree with you can teach understanding. This is why treating people with kindness is not only a gift to them, it is a gift to yourself. Kindness softens the heart. Humility quiets the ego. And together, they create inner peace. Many people spend their lives trying to appear important. But truly, peaceful people do not need to prove their worth. They understand that respect is earned through character, not status. They understand that every human being deserves dignity. And they understand that kindness costs nothing, yet often means everything. So as you move through your day, remember this: speak gently. Listen carefully. Respect people regardless of their position. Treat strangers with the same kindness you offer your friends. Because, in the end, people may forget your achievements, your possessions, and your titles, but they will remember how you made them feel. And sometimes, the smallest act of kindness leaves the greatest impact. Be humble. Be kind. And allow your character to become the most beautiful thing about you.